But this is RadioFire.com. Yours truly, Dami K, in here. And I have some special guests in the building. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself? Starting with you.
I'm KiKi, the bartender.
Okay.
And I'm Keisha. I haven't been here in like 2 years. I feel weird, but
Yeah.
hey, Simon.
All right. How you doing? All right. So we'll get to that in a second. Today's broadcast brought to you in part by the brand new reality series Chase the Dream Baltimore. Watch a group of talented recording artists navigate through life, love, and the entertainment business. New episodes streaming Mondays, 12 noon on YouTube. And visit Facebook.com/Chase the Dream now. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Kiki.
Okay. Well, I am a
what?
Baltimorean.
Okay.
You know, entrepreneur, bartender, loving mother, loving daughter. Just pretty much the shit.
Your turn, Keisha.
Go, Keisha.
Are you serious?
Yes. Tell us about
Okay.
yourself.
Yes.
You've been here in a while.
I know I haven't been here a while,
Yeah.
so I'm Keisha. Of course, everyone knows that's on my Facebook Live, and to those out there,
As they should.
I'm Keisha,
Okay.
Miss Bell. What do you want to know, Diamond? I'm a respiratory therapist.
Okay.
Student, yes.
Okay.
I graduate one Diamond in June.
That's right. That's right. Word,
Mother
word.
of two.
Yes.
And you might as well say I can be the voice of the children, a child advocate.
Okay. That's good.
Let's
That's
say
good.
that.
We need those type of
People.
yes, we need those type of people. So before we get to our really deep topic, I want to talk. It's New Year. I haven't seen you ladies since last year. And New Year's resolutions, are they good or are they bad? Because I hear people saying like, I ain't making no New Year's resolutions, and then for whatever reason, what are your thoughts on that? Start with you, Kiki.
I don't have a New Year's resolution.
Why not?
Because, I mean, just another day, another year, it's not going to change anything, I don't see like, oh, this year I'm going to cut. I hate that. My whole timeline was, I'm cutting off this and I'm leaving it. Shut up. So I really don't have a New Year's resolution. I'm just going to continue to think positive, do positive things, and, chase my bag and...
Gotta get the bag. Gotta get the bag.
That's
Yeah.
not going to change. So, 2017 wasn't really a terrible year that I have to make these resolutions. So I really don't do resolutions because I never really stick to them. I did do like a pre-resolution, I guess. No. I said I was going to go to church every Sunday. I did say that.
When's the last time you've been to church?
It wasn't a long time ago. It was like, I want to say like, it was like 2 months ago.
Okay.
But I don't go, consistent like I would like to. But that's cool. That's what I want to do. But it's not like a resolution.
It's a goal.
It's a goal.
Keisha, how do you feel about New Year's resolutions?
I think you shouldn't wait till the new year to resolute anything. You should change every day. You got a new, fresh start every day you wake up. So I don't do resolutions because by the time the end of the day, my ass has been broke it. And
Right.
It's just, I think I just want to hear myself talk. Like, I'm going on a diet or I'm going to do this and don't never do it. So it's just not going to work out. I don't do resolutions.
Yeah, and I feel totally different about that. So I think that New Year's resolutions are good. Now, and we say why? Because it's the beginning. It's called New Year's resolutions for a reason. So you can't have a New Year's resolution in the middle of the year because obviously it's not a new year. It's the middle of the year. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that was awkward.
It is.
That's outside.
It's definitely outside. But so if you, and of course,
That's that New Year's resolution.
off camera they couldn't even hear that. So it's like the beginning of a school year. You know what I mean? Like the beginning of a year is new. It's the start. So to set a goal, I think is a good thing. Now whether you achieve it or whether you don't achieve it is irrelevant to me. But it's just like it's something to strive for. And if people don't do it, fine. But why knock people for striving to do something?
So what's your New Year's resolution?
My New Year's resolution is to be more productive. So I think I work a lot, but I think I do a lot of times I do a lot of busy work, and I'll get distracted, and I could have, if I just focused more, I could have got more achieved in 2 good hours than 6 hours when I'm halfway working, starting and stopping, that kind of stuff. And so I get easily distracted. So I'm trying to work on that.
I need to work on being more punctual.
Okay.
Like
I can work on that too.
like I'm always late for something. Like
Yeah.
I try so hard. I even tell myself like different times to be places. But
Try
I'm
to trick yourself.
Yeah, I'm always late. I don't understand.
You be like, oh, I know I got another 15 minutes. This clock already
Maybe,
fast. Yeah.
Yes, but maybe that's gonna be my New Year's resolution.
So, question, Diamond.
Thank you.
Yeah, because you say we don't do New Year's resolutions over here. So you telling me every day you can't set a new goal for yourself?
Sure, but that's not a New Year's resolution. So to me, a New Year's resolution is a long-term goal, right? It's like I want to be better at this. So it's not something that you can do immediately. It's something that you have to do. Some repetition has to be involved. You got to do it over and over and over again. And long-term, you'll see a result. Each day you can do something a little bit different. I'm gonna spend more time with my girl. I'm gonna spend more time with my kids. I'm gonna do this. That's not a resolution. That's something that you can change instantly and start. But a resolution is something that's going to take some work over time. And if you start January, it's just like saving money. You know, you see people do that like $5 challenge,
Right.
where you don't spend a $5 bill, and you've seen that, right?
Yeah.
Great way to save money. You can say, okay, starting January 1st, I'm not spending any $5 bills. Whenever you get a $5 bill back, like change, or you get it, you put it aside. You don't spend it for a whole year. You will save some money.
Have you done it?
I'm doing it now.
Okay.
But I've seen people do it, and I've calculated it in my mind. I'm like, damn. You know what I mean? So it's just like, if you just put aside $5, anytime you get a $5 bill, you don't spend it. You put it up for the whole year.
I'm going to do it with you.
You will get money. At the end of the year, you will have money.
I'd have been spent that $5 with
Right.
you.
I know, but you can't spend it.
Right.
And so the best way to do something is in the beginning. You know what
I mean, it
At
got a
the beginning of the
$5
year.
foot long. Or
So every year you make a New Year's resolution.
I try to, yeah.
How often do you follow through? How many times have you followed through?
right.
To be honest.
I think, like, and stayed on the whole year. I've never done that. But
So why
I've
you
had
keep
a
making
good
them?
no, because that's like saying why try to do something and be successful at it. I failed before. You keep fucking trying.
Every year?
Every year is something else I want to work on. Yeah.
Well, I didn't
So-
make any resolutions.
Me
this year.
neither.
I didn't make any.
Well,
And I'm not
before,
even
and you
lying.
ain't changed nothing, did you? Nope. Exactly.
I didn't eat no black eyed peas.
Change nothing but my clothes.
I didn't clean up going into the new year.
Yeah.
Only thing I did was change my hair. I got my hair done. this
See,
year.
that was it. You didn't know you made that resolution. You made it. Just internal.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't tell nobody. But so you get something sad to me. This is something sad. I'm sorry. We gotta talk about something sad.
Let's talk about something.
Where did you grow up?
Baltimore
Baltimore what?
City.
Okay. Sad for you too.
Oh, Lord.
Where'd you grow up, Keisha?
Baltimore City.
Okay.
East Baltimore.
You too?
East Baltimore.
I'm West Baltimore.
Okay. Well, I grew up Baltimore City also.
Sad for you.
Sad for me too. Where'd you grow up? Oh, her too. So y'all know what I'm going to say. Y'all know how messed up the schools is here.
Well,
You already know.
I don't know.
You don't
You
know?
don't? No.
Well, I don't. I just moved back to the city.
Okay, well, it was messed up when you left.
December, the beginning of December. I mean, I was gone for 9
Did you go to
years.
city schools?
I did. It wasn't that bad when I went.
What you call not that bad? I think
Yeah.
we were accustomed to things being so messed up, we thought it wasn't that bad.
I went to Carver. It was pretty decent. I liked it. I liked it.
What about elementary, middle?
I had a great elementary.
Carver
year.
had air in the summer?
No.
I don't know.
No.
Well, I can't.
Carver didn't have no
Carver
air.
ain't had no
We
air.
did.
No, you didn't.
It
Y'all
wasn't
had
bad.
fans. Y'all had fans and windows,
Uh-huh.
just
Nah.
like
What
we
school you
had
went
at
to?
Emerson.
What
Just
school
like
you
we
went
had
to?
at Emerson.
Emerson. What school you went to?
A leak.
Of course, y'all
No.
didn't have air. They didn't have water.
You know, speaking of water, I don't know if you remember. Could y'all drink out of the water fountain when you was in school?
I don't drink out of water. I can't remember.
Back in the day, we kids drunk out of water fountains like
Yeah,
that.
even
we
though it
didn't
was
even,
lead-based.
we didn't even know.
Oh,
We just nobody told us. We just
Yeah.
drank out of the
Alright,
water
well,
fountain.
maybe I did.
You may say
Yeah.
this water
I don't
tastes
think I did.
nasty at this water fountain, or this one
Yeah,
tastes
you
better,
drunk
or
out of-
vice versa. So they still got those bags over. I've been in schools kind of recently, and they have like bags
Bags.
over certain, so they can't drink out of the water. And sometimes in the bathroom, like, girls may have not done this, but boys, we would go in the bathroom. Sometimes we would drink water out the faucet that you wash your hands with. We did shit like that. I don't know if y'all did.
No.
Y'all didn't do that.
I
Shit, we
didn't.
did.
I didn't.
Now they got these signs that say "Don't drink the water." Like
In the school.
in school,
In
in the
schools.
bathroom,
And y'all
don't
didn't
drink
say
the
nothing
water.
about it.
I mean,
No,
we
I'm
can-
saying I'm saying this now. We didn't have the signs when I was in school.
Right.
But my point is that it has got just worse.
Oh, you know what? A post was posted today that the Baltimore City schools have no heat.
Correct. That's exactly where we're going.
And that's why I'm here
That's exactly where we're going.
I don't like
So, do you remember in the summertime, spring, like I guess like May, when it would start getting really, really hot? Do you remember them letting us go home early?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah.
I don't know why I don't remember that.
Because
Really?
I don't know.
Like a lot. You remember it happening a lot?
I went to Carver. We
Okay.
we weren't innocent and late. You know, they let us go home. You know.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
You went to Carver too?
Okay. Well, see, they had ads St.
You was
Francis.
good. That's funny.
Well,
A Catholic school.
I'm gonna say like they let us go home early.
I went to a basketball game in there. It wasn't no goddamn air in there when I went to that basketball game. Good Lord, it was hot.
St. Francis is a
St.
nice
Francis.
school.
It is.
No, I know you're not.
Yeah,
They
same-
just stayed the gym, so I know
No, I went to a basketball
that
game
gym
last
beautiful?
year.
I love
Last
it.
year. Last
I
year.
graduated. That's a brand new gym.
Was it last year you graduated? Okay, well,
Years ago,
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Maybe just
maybe they probably
a
didn't
whole bunch of
turn
black
on,
people.
but
Maybe they
Maybe
didn't
you
cut
had
it
on
on.
like
Yeah.
a turtleneck.
I did have one of those turtlenecks. Black one.
One thing I can say,
It was hot in
but
there.
the Catholic community
Hot.
don't play about stuff like that. They don't.
Okay,
play.
but see, they paid money to go to that school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
So Baltimore City schools today, no heat in a lot of schools.
It's
End up sending the
freeze.
kids home early.
Oh, then they sending the kids home, but still.
Right? Is that good? That's good.
No, they should have. They need heat. Like what? So all the schools just don't have heat. That's just crazy.
Well, at least three schools were forced to close, right? And so we've been talking about the conditions of some of the schools. So what is the issue? Do y'all think? What is the issue with the schools? Baltimore City schools.
They're not keeping up with the schools, as in like putting the money in the schools, getting things fixed, and that's what I think. They putting the money into the wrong things.
I think they are not putting money into anything.
They putting money into.
They have money though.
They have the money.
They
They have
putting
money.
money into.
They have the money. Trust me, they have the money.
I know they had the
And
money.
the governor stated that Baltimore City school system get the majority of
Governor Larry
the
Hogan.
educational fund money. They get more money than Baltimore County. So why is it that our children don't have no heat and no air? Oh, and what the email said, they have leaky windows and
Leaky windows.
and
So they need to
all
put some
kinds
curtains
of
in it.
maintenance problems and issues.
Yeah.
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 So
So they try to make it seem like they were dealing with all like school was ready, but then all these issues came up and it's all bad. We tried to do our best, you know. They said they've been dealing with all sorts of power outages, water shortages,
Power
pipe busting, coils busting, you name it. All this stuff happened. This is what the chief operations officer said for Baltimore City schools. I call bullshit.
I call bullshit.
Me myself.
it's a lie.
I call bullshit.
It's a lie.
Where's the money at?
Exactly.
So they spend money on what they want to spend money on.
They spend money on they spend money on these events that the mayor and everybody is at rubbing. They don't put it in the schools. I don't believe they put it in the schools. I don't believe they put it in books or even these after school programs. I don't even know if there are any after school.
It's after school programs, but you know, like it depends. Like what I'm gonna say is this. From what I know, charter schools does an amazing job versus the public school. They does an amazing job. They have a lot of opportunities for these kids. Public school is where we grew up, and a lot of kids are in now. They should not be subject to, like I said earlier, inhumane conditions. I think they're putting the money into the juvenile justice system, whereas though I think
Definitely doing that.
the jail should not house our children. I think that money should went into education. But once again, when the money is allocated to the people and the Board of Education, where is it going? Because it's not going to the kids. It's not already. It shows clearly, because it didn't have no heat today, that it's not even going to facilities and miscellaneous things. So where is the money? I don't want to hear, you know, the old saying where our parents were told that the lottery money and the casino money was supposed to be for the school system, when the governor blatantly, Larry Hogan blatantly said the Baltimore City gets the majority of this money.
So where's the money? Why?
But here's the thing about Larry Hogan. Larry Hogan consistently has thrown the mayors, Baltimore mayors, under the bus.
Yes.
He
know?
threw my homegirl,
Who girl?
Stephanie Rollins Blake, under the bus. He just threw her
Boy,
under the bus. Y'all not gonna sit in here and talk about my
Bring
homegirl.
Sheila back.
Let me tell you something.
I like Sheila.
I understand.
Why y'all?
Pete Rollins is, but
who
she
we gotta
is
listen?
no Pete Rollins, honey.
Okay.
She is not Pete Rollins.
He throws Catherine Pugh under the bus.
She needs to be.
She did. She
But
needs to be
these
rolled
is
over
black
by the
women.
bus.
Y'all sitting there
Listen.
and co-signing this
No,
white,
no.
fat,
Listen.
funny-looking
Listen.
guy
Ooh,
throwing
listen.
these black women under the bus.
Listen, it don't have nothing to do with race, a
Okay.
black woman. Certain things as leaders, they shouldn't
Tolerate,
do,
yeah.
and we shouldn't tolerate as the public.
Exactly.
Right?
Okay.
So with them being said, he's the governor. He came in. Oh no, y'all not gonna put this on me. After that, I'm gonna call them out on they
Right.
shit. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? Because
Your
the first
homegirl
thing they gonna
shit.
say is, "Oh, we're not getting support from the governor, or we're not this, that, and the other." Our problem is with these lying Democrat people that's running for office. that we
Democrats
so-
and Republicans,
Republicans,
politicians lie.
Period.
Politicians.
Politicians lie, and we all be so quick to vote for them. Oh, she's a Democrat, or
Oh,
she's
what they
black, or
say,
she's
right.
a woman. Honey,
Right.
the proof is there, blatantly smacking you in the eyes.
Well,
And also, too, you got to blame her cabinet too. And I know you may be friends with a lot of them, but you got to blame that cabinet as well. It's not just her; it's her cabinet too.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like when people talk about the murder rate here in the city,
Awful.
and they blame it on the mayor.
Yeah.
The mayor cannot
I control
affect.
that. Yeah.
That's not. I mean, it happens under her watch, but she's not going to be able to affect the murder rate. I don't think. How?
I don't think so either. I don't think so.
You can't blame the man for the murder rate.
Yeah,
Not
the
for
murder.
that.
You can't blame nobody for real.
I think we can.
Who?
Parents.
We can blame.
It don't always be kids.
Yeah, but listen,
Well, everybody
true,
was a
too.
kid at one time.
right?
Yeah, but
So I think that these children now that are committing the crimes, they really don't have no resources, no outlets. All right.
Don't you go talking about if they just had a rec center, they
No, I'm
wouldn't
not
be
talking
killing
about-
people.
no, for
No,
real
no,
though. They don't have too much free time on their
I'm
hands.
not talking about a rec center. I'm talking about how these children are being raised too quickly. Let's take it to home.
Yeah.
It starts at home. Your children should not know if your bills needs to be paid. Your
Exactly.
children should not know if they're gonna have a hungry day or the lights
You
gonna
wanna
be
let
out.
a kid be a
because
kid.
a kid has to
Right.
be a kid. They
Exactly.
should not be growing up too fast, going out into this world,
Getting
panicking,
jobs.
and
Right.
getting
At
jobs. And
13,
stop
14.
pushing your kids out the house at 18 because
Exactly.
you're not giving them the proper tool to succeed in the world.
And then they go
So
out
18
there.
is too soon.
18
is
is
too
too
soon.
soon
You
because
still a
imagine
child.
what you was doing at 18 years old.
You
I know
just-
what
Yeah,
I
I
was
wasn't
doing.
ready. Yeah, I wasn't
You
ready.
wasn't ready.
No.
You just getting out of high school.
And we got to stop doing that, and that's wrong with our community, our black community. We
And
push
it's
our
on- it
children
is the
up.
black
and
community.
it's only
It's
the black,
black
community.
community.
Other cultures and
They-
other communities do not push their children
all.
out. Girl, I can't wait till we turn 18 so we can get the
And
hell
then
up
they
out of
tell
here.
them, you can't tell your kids, I can't wait till you get out of
Or
high school.
stop
You can-
making these children
Yeah.
pay bills when they're not supposed to.
No, you don't think the
or
kids
making
should
them
pay
think it's
bills?
their burden.
Listen.
No.
They
no.
can be in charge
they
of
should
their
pay
own.
bills.
I don't
Listen,
think kids
I
should
don't
pay
think
bills.
so.
What
They
kind of bills do you want your kids to pay?
Yeah.
Not a big bill. It depends.
It should
Like,
not
say,
be
say your
a
kid.
bill.
I don't
say
think-
your kid.
Unless
well,
You brought them in here,
well,
so you want to make them
listen,
pay
hear
bills.
me out.
Go
Hear me
ahead.
out.
I'ma hear you.
Let's say that your kid's 19 years old.
Right.
They go to school part time. They work part time.
Right.
Right. They should have to pay some type of money. And let me tell you why. It could be $30. It can be $25. It can be whatever it is. You need to get them in the habit of having money that they put aside for something, because you have to condition them to get out in the workforce and being on their own and knowing how. I have so many homeboys that was like in their 25, 26, 27 age range. They didn't know what to do once they got on their own because they never had. It was just like they went from living in the house. Now they got their own place, and they didn't know how to manage nothing because we didn't start any process.
But don't put it. I don't think you should put it towards a bill. Save it for them. So so if they want to go out and get a house, you be like, you know what? Here's the money.
If you're a single parent and you got 3 or 4 kids, one of them is of working age, right? You don't think that they should help with something in the house?
So you
Okay,
think you should
can I
fault
please
the child.
I didn't say fault.
Like, you had 3 kids, so you want them to help you pay?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying they're an adult. So go ahead. Go ahead.
Please.
Go ahead.
You know it's killing me, and I'm surprised to hear this from you.
Okay.
Because you're a man.
I believe in.
Listen.
I believe in people learning. So it's just like we got boys who become men.
Mm-hmm.
If we don't teach them, this is how you treat a woman. Mm-hmm. This is how you put. This is how you.
And we're not saying nothing wrong with
Here's how you
that.
put together your money. This is how you save money. This is what you spend money on. You got to put aside this. Okay, you got your check was $1,800. You don't have $1,800 to spend because you got to do this. You got rent. This. You got to teach them all this shit. You don't just get 25 and know how to do everything.
I know, listen, I understand what you're saying, and I get what you're saying. All right, as a parent, as a woman, I carried my child for 9 months, right? I had my child because that was my decision.
Sure.
Exactly.
Right?
Just
Being
like somebody had you.
Listen, just like my mother had me. I'm a single parent. With that being said, my daughter had a job at 16. Only thing she had to pay was her cell phone bill.
That's a bill.
Listen,
Okay.
it's a
Her
bill.
cell
But that's
phone.
and listen, that's fine. I agree with
I
that.
want parents to let their children pay their bills.
But does it? I said a bill. So
Listen,
because
the
some
child-
parents let their kids work and they still pay that phone bill and
No,
they
no,
still
no.
pay those things.
If your child work, your child is responsible for his or her own cell phone bill.
That's fine.
However,
And if they drive, I think. they
I
should
don't
pay
mean
That's
to be
fine.
stepping on nobody's toes or anything, but if you ask your child and your child works and your child going to school to pay a BG&E bill, something that you already had and you already knew what was going on, then you're wrong.
wrong.
You're dead
Why are they
wrong.
wrong?
If you
Because
ask them to pay towards rent,
Your child is still in high school.
Hold on.
Yeah.
That's
Listen,
different. That's
your
different.
child
That's
is still
different.
in high school.
No, but let's say
Your
if they
child-
19. Let's say if they
they're
19.
You still doing it 19. I still
You're
don't
still,
care.
but that's when you giving
That's
your
your
child the
house.
proper tools
Yeah.
to be able to become a young adult and deal with their own adversity, the stuff that comes their way.
And that's why
Okay.
a lot
Now,
of
if
kids
the
are out
child
here
want to
living.
contribute to their side of the meal or they want to do this, then fine. Do not make that child's ultimatum. Oh, you gonna pay this bill? You gonna get out?
Right.
No. Because some of these parents out here have grown men
Yeah,
live with them.
but let
Hello.
me
and
let
don't
me
hold them
nothing.
men
let me say
accountable.
this. I think that the rules and the boundaries for men, young men, and young women are a little bit different. Now, so I think that as a man, it's a little bit more required from them than what's required from women. I don't think that you have to put certain pressures on a woman that need to be put on men. Some of the problems out here is because y'all are babying these boys too much, and they don't, and they become entitled, and they feel like everybody owe them something, and then they get out in the streets and they become adults by age. But y'all babied them so long, and they never had no responsibility because y'all took care of them too much,
Can I say something?
and they be fucking up.
So no, this is my opinion on what you're saying. It's okay to train your men to be men, but the skills that you're saying is teach them how to pay this, teach them how to pay that. Say, teach them a skill, because I've had guys who don't even know how to change a tire.
I agree.
Who don't know how to lay panel on a wall.
As
You know what I'm
Go
saying?
back
Like,
to the
so
tire. Go back to the
teach-
tire thing. So you said that you've experienced adult males that did not know how to change like a flat tire.
But they knew how to pay some bills, and they stressing out.
You know why?
early,
Because
you know,
they didn't have no
stuff.
man in their life.
Right. It doesn't matter if you're
Because
a man,
the mother usually, that's not really the mother's job to teach her son how to change the tire.
You grab that uncle, grab that grandfather.
Sure.
Teach my son how to change a tire.
Have you
There's no
experienced this, Keisha?
excuse.
A guy
There's
who
no
didn't know how to
excuse
change a
for
tire?
Yeah, but this goes back to I can say like you said, there ain't no man in the house, but you not okay. So we're teaching our young men to pay bills, right?
that. Right.
But we
You should.
it's not their fault that is no man
and
in
our
the
young
house.
women as we should.
Yeah.
And okay, you don't know how to change a tire because that's really like a man's job. It goes back to structure. These kids don't have structure in their lives. All right, I'm just gonna use myself as an example. Me and my brother had jobs. First of all, I was a single parent. I was 15 years old when I had my daughter. I was pregnant at 14. Had my daughter at 15. I had to get a job at 16. You see where I'm going at with this? Despite the fact that I still had to go to school, my mother did watch my daughter and so forth and all that, I still had to help my mother pay a bill. Remind you, the whole time my mother had a husband. Do you see what I'm saying? remind you the whole
So
time.
that's why you got this chip on your shoulder about this bill
I don't
thing.
have a
No.
chip on my shoulder. Let me tell you
I
something.
never had to pay
Sometimes
bills, so-
we
and I
want
still
our
got
children
chip
to
on
step in adulthood too soon.
Too
It
soon.
was my
Well, hold-
decision.
hold
It
up.
wasn't really my decision
I-
to have a child.
Yeah,
at
it happened.
16,
It
but
happened. It happened.
But at the same time,
Should you have not paid anything towards the household?
yes, I should have. What I'm saying
Oh.
is no. Me and my brother, we had to pay rent, $100 for rent a piece.
16?
A month?
Listen, $100 for rent.
Okay.
Of course, back then my mother was getting public assistance for me and my daughter, so we had I had the food stamps, so whatever. My mother did work. My brother always had a good job. He worked at the VA hospital, so his part of the half might have been a little bit more than what it was. What I'm saying is, there is no structure in a black community. We rarely see mothers and fathers still together. We're making our kids step into adulthood too soon by asking kids to pay major bills. I'm not talking about cell
Yeah.
phone bills. I'm talking about major bills. They shouldn't carry that weight on their shoulders because they're children and they're trying to identify who they are and what they're trying to become. So I think that children should not pay bills. I feel as though my child should not give me no money for no gas, electric. My child should not.
What if your child
do
is
this.
25?
My child is 25, then that's something different.
Okay,
That
so
child
it is a point when they
is
become
a
an adult.
point. But when your child is a
Okay.
teenager and you making your
I can
child
agree
carry that
with
weight
that.
on
I
their
can agree
shoulders,
with that.
when you already knew that it's a possibility that you can take care of your child up until 21, I don't care if my child was 55. You don't put more on your child than what you already
And they
had
did, and
on
they,
your
I think
child.
they shouldn't even. I feel a child shouldn't even know what's going on in the house. Even if you got a pink slip,
Yeah,
the child shouldn't know that and be feeling like,
let's
oh my
define
God.
what a child is first, as far as age. Is this an age thing or is this a maturity thing?
It's a.
When is a
it's
child?
I say both.
So it's
Yeah.
okay. So can you have somebody who's 24 years old living in the house and they don't have any? You're not including them on shit's great get cut off or
Oh,
nothing.
yeah, you should.
Yeah, I mean, 24, they understand.
Okay.
Like
so
I have
when's the
okay,
point?
so I have a friend who has a son who I feel like she tells him too much, and he's only like 10. And so
Right.
he's like, and he has that thing where he be like, well, Mom, if I wasn't born with it, you feel what I'm saying?
Oh, really?
Yes. Because
That's
she
a bit
like,
much.
such and such, we can't get this because I got to pay this and, this and that. He shouldn't feel that way. So now he don't want to ask for nothing. Now he feel like he's a burden, and that should not happen.
That should
Like,
not.
At all. It's like, it's too much going, like, they don't need to know that. Let a child remain a child. And now he got a job at 10 or 11. How old
And
he
that's
is?
another
You know
thing.
what I'm saying?
Right.
So now he feel like every time he go out, he like, Mom, I'll pay for it. Why? You know what I'm saying?
He's a child.
Yeah.
Also, too, they be
Is that
your
a single?
children.
Is that a single parent household?
It does not matter. I'm a
But is
single
it
parent
though?
household.
But is it?
It is. But
Okay.
still, she has.
Does she have other kids?
No.
Okay.
Listen,
No,
it
no,
don't
no,
matter,
no.
Diamond, for real, if it is a single parent
It
household
doesn't.
or not. Also, too, it shouldn't matter. This child is 10 years old. He's not even given an opportunity to do 10-year-old things.
And
I
now
agree.
he's stressing.
Also, these be the
Hush
children,
I agree.
majority of the time, go out and hustle, get locked
Because
up,
of that.
or your child is being
Because
murdered
I gotta
or
take care of my
something
mom.
like
That's
that.
my
true.
baby
Because I
needs
gotta
some
take care of
shoes,
my
and
mama.
I
I'm gonna
need
move my
them.
mother out the
Right.
hood, be
Right.
hungry, this and that. Stop it.
Right.
Parents, I want you
Exactly.
guys to stop it.
Please. And stop telling your kids everything.
Yep.
Everything. Like, even your relationship problem, your financial problems, period. Stop. You know what I mean? Like, even if you got to cry, go outside. Go in the bathroom, cry, come back out with tears dry, and hug your child and act like nothing is wrong. Because it's still a child.
But see, I don't know if I agree with that.
I don't do that to my daughter.
I mean, I think that a lot of times parents, I wasn't going to say women, parents in general can sometimes tell kids too much, right?
I don't.
I agree that happens. But on the flip side, see, I felt like my mother hid a lot of things from us. Like if something was messed up or if something was tight, we didn't never know
You're not supposed
until we became adults. And she was like, we were like, well, why did we do this? Or why did we eat this? Or why did we have this? Or why did this happen? She'd be like, oh, because we didn't have it or this or that. And I think that we would have been better. Like we wouldn't have said or asked for some of the dumb shit we asked for if we knew, this ain't no fucking money tree.
But you kids, you know what I mean?
Right.
She don't want you to grow up too fast or disappoint you. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what it is. Like as a parent, you never want to disappoint your child.
Right.
You never want them to think that something is wrong. You protect your child at any means, even if it's you protecting them from the real world until they get age appropriate. You get what I'm saying? I see little kids out there 13, 14 years old trying to take care of themselves because their mother like, oh, you out, even still, they out there hustling. Oh, you gonna give me some money? You're a child. That's a child. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like it.
Great
And I
point.
don't like when people tell their kids they getting out when they graduate. When you turn 8, I can't wait till you get 18.
But
Like,
what about? But
I
you
don't
also
like it.
you also gotta address these
Chill.
disrespectful kids, right? And so a parent dealing with a disrespectful child that's not listening, that's talking back, that's not respecting the rules. At a certain point, y'all like when you get and they saying shit like, "I can't wait till I move out, or I can do this," and that comes back. Okay, I can't wait till you do this either,
You
because
still
because they
shouldn't,
didn't raise the brat child that's become a brat teenager, and they getting back what they gave out.
I think that we shouldn't raise brat children.
Right.
I
I agree.
also think
I agree.
that everything that your child wants, everything shouldn't be so materialized.
Facts.
So we have to
Facts.
buckle down on that. Everything is not about
Like you
the
said, it
slickest
starts
belt,
from the home.
and this it starts at home.
That's what you raised. That's what you
Also, too,
created
if a
them on.
child is slashing out that much, they probably got lead in the water from the school system. They done
They
drank
need a
from the
beat.
fountain,
Like I still beat.
and they need some help.
Couple of things I'm reading comments I want to get y'all thoughts on. So Tanya says that parents, teachers, and communities are not pulling together to make the Board of Education do their job.
That's true.
That is.
That is true.
I agree.
All we do is talk. You know, I don't see nobody going down there and protesting that situation with the school. You protest your job, but you don't protest your children's education.
Exactly.
Well, that's a good. That's so maybe that's something that we need to think about doing. That.
And I feel like a lot of people, parents, really do need to go up them schools. Like I go to my daughter's
So the protest. I don't have any children, but I have been involved in raising a child before.
Okay.
So are y'all trying to say that the way to get the
Attention.
Board of Education's attention is by going down
Yep.
standing in front of
and getting on
there?
their nerves until you see something. Yes, take shifts or do something. We homeschool.
I think
wish
it's a
we
good
could all
idea.
homeschool.
I think it's a good idea.
I think
it's a
it's
good
a
idea.
wonderful idea.
We definitely can't do it in January though.
Because
but
if they think this is how I feel.
Listen, it can be.
we can wait till
Listen,
we can
no,
wait
no.
till February
I'm trying
or
to tell you,
March.
It can be January,
organize.
February,
We need
March,
organizing.
whatever.
No, it's
Yeah, we do
cold.
need organization, right? But if you that serious about your child education, you can't protest in front, but you can protest on that phone. You can get on that phone.
You can call
Okay.
them
You can drop them emails. You can do things to make them people do what they supposed to do.
All right, so y'all sitting here, we came up with the idea.
Right.
We're gonna put our heads together and our viewers and stuff. But we're gonna get some type of protest going for Baltimore City.
Right.
We can have
they
an
feel
open
like
forum.
if we don't care, then
Yeah, we
why
got
should
to.
they
We gotta
care?
do that.
You
We
know
gotta
what
do
I'm
that.
saying? You don't
That's what I'm
think they feel like
saying. So I'm understand what she's saying. I really believe that they see that parents are not being involved. For one, these kids have exercises at school programs, or maybe about 2 or 3 parents show
Show
up.
up.
So you're not backing your child.
Yep.
They feel so that you do not care.
If you don't care, they don't care.
How can you hold me accountable when you're not even here?
Right.
How can you hold me accountable if I call you and tell you that Day got an attitude or he did this in school today, and you call and cussing me out like you don't have no good sense? How
Can you send home a report card and your child has failing grades and you don't even call up to meet with your teachers to see what's the problem, or how can I step in and be involved, or they're missing homework? And no student, no child should have zeros on their homework when they have.
How
parent at home.
can and this is this is the $1 million question, and this is for everybody. And someone said PTA means, and I understand PTA means. Answer this though: how is it that more than 50% schools children are zero proficient in math, and there wasn't no protest, but these teachers out here protesting for a raise? Do they need a raise?
Absolutely not.
Kids can't do they can't do math.
Well,
Kids can read.
Let me say this. I've never been a teacher before, but I've dated a few teachers. So I'm going to take their position for a
How
second.
can you do? But listen,
I'm going to take their position for a second. So it's like
Zero
we
proficient?
can't put everything on the teacher. We got to put some stuff on the
Education
parents.
wise, we can.
So
'cause that's what they
so
get paid
parents and teachers are supposed to work hand in hand.
together.
I give them the stuff during the day. They take the stuff home, and then you help reinforce what I did, do the homework, check the homework, whatever it is, go over their stuff, and then you send them back, and then we work in tandem together.
And I understand that. But listen to what I'm saying.
But if I'm doing all the work during the day, you not reinforcing anything at night. Of course, like some people forget, like if somebody will tell you something 12 o'clock in the afternoon and you don't hear it again over the
All right,
weekend.
and if I'm
you
not
forget.
listen,
That is true. But
this is the thing.
yeah.
That's why I say everybody got be held accountable. How can we send our children out of here and not check their homework to see how their day was doing, so forth? How can, and I'm gonna say this again, a teacher go to school to get their bachelor's and master's and teach these children, and they still zero proficient
Right.
at math and reading, and somehow they're still passing?
I don't know,
How is it possible?
These teachers need to be.
You're zero proficient.
Reevaluated.
How can you pass? How can you go into the next grade? How is
But how
it
can you call
possible?
yourself a teacher and you can't even teach your class to even get higher than a zero? Like it should not be.
If they zero proficient,
Yeah, what y'all doing? Y'all
how
watching movies the whole
question
time.
is,
Well,
how are
y'all-
they passing?
You remember something? I don't remember what year it was, but No Child Left Behind. Y'all remember that? Came No Child Left Behind came, and they started they just started pushing people through the system.
No child
Some
child
child
be
need to
left
be done.
behind law was they pushing people through the system, and that's when 60 became passing or something.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But listen, I just said zero proficient. So
Mm-hmm.
how are they passing?
Zero proficient means
They can't read or they can't do math.
Yeah, but I don't understand how it is that you zero proficient.
They said zero proficient.
Yeah, but they fucking lie. So you know what I mean?
I don't think so.
Zero proficient.
Zero proficient.
But they can check Facebook. They ain't zero proficient.
They're listen.
They're like, I got how many
some-
followers I got? Okay, all right, they can add.
Yes.
They can add what the fuck they want to add.
Exactly.
You want to know what I learned too? A lot of these
Some people
schools
don't like to
are
take
filled
tests.
with substitutes as well.
That's true.
And these
That's
substitutes
true.
are your aunts and
That's true.
that never even went to college.
And they don't have to pay them that much either.
A lot of these
Keep 'em
schools
more
are
money.
filled
They
with
like
Substitutes
more
came
money,
out of
more
class. We was
money.
playing spades the whole
The
period.
whole the substitute
what?
sat there.
We
the
was playing
substitute
spades,
just-
you know, when the substitute
The
comes.
substitute is just a body.
Yeah.
It's a body to watch you. It's a babysitter.
So you're also saying
Not an
that they need to
educator.
upgrade the schools, but they keep closing schools, but they have money to fix Drew Hill Park.
They fixed Drew. Oh.
They fixed Drew Hill Park?
Yeah,
Or they doing
they-
something.
they-
What is
they
all
doing
them
something.
rocks that they got by
I
Drew
think
Hill?
they put in
The fuck is all
they
them
probably
rocks?
put another little gym over there. A
Wow.
jamboree or something. I don't know.
At Drew Hill Park, they got all these rocks and shit. I don't know. what the
Because
fuck's
they
going on.
building a gym.
That's another
A jungle
thing
gym.
too.
Jungle Gym?
A jungle gym.
Right. Oh yeah, like how
Yeah, all right.
Montebello has.
I guess so.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, but that is a good point. How is it that they're closing schools and nobody didn't make no noise? No parents ain't making no noise.
Because
What are they gonna say?
It affects your What do you mean?
What they gonna say though?
Don't
They ain't even checking homework.
That is true.
They close school. Okay, what school my kid gonna go to? All right, cool. You gonna go
But
there?
that's why they do what they want to do to our children.
Yeah.
That's why our children were in class today, and it was no heat, and it was 12 degrees outside,
And
and,
they
nothing
didn't
was
care.
being done.
Then
And it was nothing
But it
being
felt
done.
like it was like 2 or negative.
Yes,
1
negative
or some
2
crazy
degrees.
shit
and
like
nobody
that,
made
yeah.
no noise and
And
called-
nobody made no noise.
because
I
some
called,
people just found out by social media.
my girlfriend had called me earlier. I mean, my girlfriend didn't call me earlier. I saw that she was saying something on social media, so I told her to hit my phone. She told me what happened, and I called down there, and they told me the same thing. That's why
You
I went.
called to the school?
I called the school board, and the school board
That's on North Avenue?
that's on North
Okay.
Avenue told me that it was up to the principal if the children would get out early, which is a lie. Because there are the Board of Education. When it snow, the Board of Education, the
Yeah,
city
because
makes,
back in my day,
school can't make that call.
back in my day, the lady who signed the report cards,
Exactly.
who was on North Avenue, she
Exactly.
was the one that decided
Made
whether
that call.
schools was open or whether they was closed.
Absolutely.
She made the call.
Right.
And she usually
So,
made the call to be open. But
You got the school
They
board.
don't care. They don't care. They don't care.
But that's what I'm saying.
And
We got
some
so
of
you got the
them-
runaround when you called.
I got the runaround when I called, and it wasn't even my child.
And some of them haven't even been in these schools. These school board officials haven't even been and walked through these schools to see these actual conditions.
But
that
it
these
should have been
kids are
more
in.
noise than what it should have been because, for one, it starts. Okay, we didn't know, but the teachers knew.
The teachers
And I'm gonna
definitely
give my
knew.
hats off to the teachers who was out there teaching today with no heat in the classroom that was trying to do them jobs because it's kind of hard to try to teach with no heat.
Okay, so I just want to make sure that we're not blaming the teachers.
I'm
Oh,
not
no, no,
blaming the
okay.
teachers.
Not for the heat.
yeah.
But
Not
for-
for the heat.
But for those math scores,
Yeah, well, I mean,
Yeah,
we
that's
got a
different.
couple of issues. We got a couple of issues because some of those teachers probably want to fail kids,
They-
but
yeah.
They're
the
changing
people
grades.
that's over top of them are saying this, and it's like they probably don't get a certain amount of money. If the percentage of failures is a certain rate, so they pushing some people through because they need to get more whatever. I'm sure that their raises are affected by
Yes.
the percentage of passing and failing students.
Especially them Title I schools and
Yeah.
those magnet schools.
Yeah. So
But-
So the issue that we need to address, because we need to organize and have some type of big impact made at the school board to let them know that people give a fuck.
Yes.
So we got to figure that part out, and we're going to talk about that. And anybody that's listening that wants to help, reach out to us. But so the school board decides what happens with the schools, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
They decide what schools stay open and what schools get closed. The money that they do get,
Which is allocated to.
they allocate that money to where it's going. Okay, all right. So
They have to be the. They have to go through them.
yeah,
Because, but I didn't like how they was passing the buck. Oh, it's up to the principal. I just know this. I'm not faulting the teachers.
Right.
I'm not at all. I'm not doing that. I think calls should have been made to parents. I think teachers should have voiced their opinion to the board of education, calling, hey, we don't have no heat. You know, it's no. How can we teach these kids? I think it's power in numbers. I think we should have all came together today, like, hey, this is what we should do, so forth and so forth. I don't want to hear. I got an email from the school saying that, not from the school, from North Avenue, because they sent it out to all the parents, stating that it was segregated. That's a lie. It wasn't just one room that didn't have no heat, honey. Now, you know you can lie to somebody else, and that's another thing, too. They think we dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't no
So
heat
they-
throughout the school. Oh, no, it just was one classroom. Lady, get your life together.
Baltimore City Public Schools did release a statement, and so their statement was: over the winter break, facilities, faculty, staff monitor schools to check on the heating systems, plumbing, and electricity. Numerous problems were identified and resolved. Unfortunately, with the extreme temperatures, new problems can emerge quickly. Our priority is always to open buildings whenever possible. We want students to have every possible opportunity for teaching and learning. We also want to make sure that the students can get the services and support that many families rely on. And I think that the deeper message there when they say the support and services is like we were talking about. Some kids may go to school just to eat.
Right, and that's what I was saying. So, kids do go to school just to get something to eat, because sometimes, you know, once again, you know, people don't have food in them houses, and you know, I'm not faulting anyone because sometimes it just be like that.
Sure.
With that being said, like I said earlier, if your child goes to school to just get something to eat, and you don't have $1 just to buy your child a 3-pack, a cup of noodles, then you need to really look at within yourself, because there is really an issue. Also, too,
She's checking them. All
that it is an issue. Oatmeal is $1, a cup of noodles is $1, something to put on your child's stomach, because we cannot keep relying on these people to take care of our children, because they are our children. They're not their children. That's another thing. How can you want someone to treat your child fair if you don't even treat your child fair yourself? Also, what they saying with the aftercare and all that other stuff. Mm-hmm. Now, I know your mother told you, well, if plan A don't work, do plan B.
Sure.
Stop relying on these people once again
And you're talking about the schools.
beat the school, the school system, to watch your children, to feed your children. After school and before care is a courteous. It should not be something that is relied on. I'm sorry.
If mom has to go to work,
What are you saying about
If
relying
mom
on it?
have to go to work, then you have to make hey, KiKi, can my daughter come over and go to school with your daughter?
so you
Or
want to get back to
can
the,
she say, if
to the
I'm
community
home-
working together.
Right. A community have to work together, because like I said, it do takes a village to raise a child. I remember when I was growing up, my mother had to work her jobs, and it was me and my brother. Okay, my brother is older than me. But guess what? Keisha, if the door locked, what you do? Oh, I'm gonna go over so and so house
True
and call
that.
my mother, let my mother know
True that.
I'm
That I'm home.
okay.
Yeah, I'm okay.
So
Yeah.
explain. Stop relying on before and aftercare. What are you saying about that?
Not relying on before and aftercare. So, a lot of parents don't make noise because they figure that, well, shit, my child can go to school because I need them for before and after care. I'm not going to say anything because my child need to be there. What I'm saying is, before, it's nothing wrong with before and after care. But when days like this, when it's 12 degrees, and hypothetically speaking, if the schools was
Now what
closing
you gonna
earlier, what would you do?
Oh,
So you can't make that. Put all your eggs in that one.
You trying to say you need to have a plan B? What you gonna do if school closed?
If
then
school
what you
closed.
do?
Oh, I mean,
I get you.
I'm pretty sure parents had a plan B.
A lot of kids, like they were saying in the email, because the email basically said a lot of kids rely on
Yes,
before
yes.
and after care.
And this is the part.
And food.
This is the part that you were talking about. They said only when problems affect large portions or all of the building do we make the decision to close the school. This occurred with the schools that were closed today. So I guess they're trying to say if heat didn't work in a couple of classrooms, they wouldn't have closed the school. They would have just moved people into another room or something like that. So what is it that when we talk about holding the school board accountable, what is it that we're holding them accountable for? What is it that they need to do?
Okay, so
What do we want the school board to do?
to be honest, I'm kind of glad they closed the schools early because
They didn't.
I don't. Oh, they didn't.
No.
They closed some. So they said
So
that.
all the cold schools were still going.
Yes.
Yes.
I see. I don't know.
Yeah,
My
so I
daughter-
guess
my daughter goes to-
technically,
my daughter goes to-
if there's one room that has heat in it, they just gonna pack all the kids in one room.
Right.
I feel like they should have sent them home because I can't. I'm uncomfortable in cold weather. So one child said that she had to sit in class with her coat on all day.
I figured that's what would have to happen. And let's keep in mind when you know how those buildings are.
They
So if it's
old.
cold in there, if it's cold outside, it's extra cold in the building.
Because
Even
of
when
the
it's
concrete.
nice outside, it can be cold in the building.
And I know the teachers couldn't teach properly because they think if they focusing on how cold it is, the students talking about how cold it is, they complaining. So you can't have a successful learning day in the cold
You cannot.
at all. So the principal should have called down there and say, listen, these are the conditions.
Right.
We need y'all to send these kids home. So the principal need to be held responsible as well.
Right.
They know what's going on. They need to call them, make that phone call. It's cold down here. Somebody need to come down here and fix my school. I'm responsible for these kids. I'm responsible for this school. Somebody need to come down here, make some heat come out from somewhere, or we have to send these students home because it's uncomfortable for them to learn and it's uncomfortable for our teachers to teach them. So now we have rowdy students,
Right.
and now we have conflict that's coming about this children because they can't focus and they can't learn because it's cold down there, and you got them sitting in the cold because you just don't care.
So let's keep in mind that when the springtime comes, it's going to get hot, and we're going to have the reverse of these issues. It's going to be too hot, and they're not going to have air, and it's going to be really hot. So I think that the issue is, what do we fix in the schools? Like a lot of these schools are old, and it comes to a point that you can't keep patching up the heating unit. Like they need some new stuff, right?
The city has money. They just did a big reward for the cop. For
That's
the cop
still
thing.
sitting there, you
Yes,
know,
so
whatever.
replace these units in these schools.
Okay,
These
so that's
schools
what
are going to
we-
be open for a long time. You're just going to keep having this repeat problem. It's going to be the same issue next winter. So just fix the problem.
I'm trying to figure out. What I'm trying to figure out is when we come to organize this protest that is going to happen. What are the demands? So we're saying that we need new heating units.
New heating.
We need heating and cooling units
Yes.
for the schools.
Replacement, not fix. Don't go in there and get Fix It Phoenix in there to fix it. We need to replace these whole units. Like
So
replace
they need new
them.
units. So it's not that they need a new building. They
just need
new
a
heating
and
and
it's
cooling
possible.
units, and it is
And they can
definitely
They need
possible.
a better HVAC tech or whoever is coming in. But what do they do? Okay. Baltimore County didn't lay the blueprint out already. When they didn't have no air 2 summers ago, them parents carried on terrible. And guess what? Guess what the governor said? Oh, these kids won't be in school until they get air.
Hello.
I remember that.
You remember? So why we can't do that for the city? No one is lesser than the next person. Everybody should be equal. Everybody should have equality. Everybody should have the same thing across the board.
Because these people sitting in these higher up chairs, they live in the county and they're their kids
Or
going to
further
county
than that.
schools.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
but also too.
So they don't care about the
Parents,
city.
make the
That's
phone
true.
call. I'm so tired of keep saying make the phone call, make the phone call. If you can call your friend to say, girl, we'll be going out, who riding with who, it's cold as shit outside.
Yo, if you can call your friend and
you
tell
can
them what's
say-
going on in school,
Exactly.
you can call the school.
You can call the school.
You can go down there.
Them
you can-
parents was like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm taking my child out to school, my child not coming to school until the problem's fixed.
Hello.
And then that's what it was. It's so many issues amongst the school board, what's going on, how they treating our kids. This last month before the last, the kids had asbestos in the school. Guess what they said? Oh, it's not a problem.
Oh,
The
they
last
sure
I
did.
checked, when you get asbestosis, you inhale it. There is no motherfucking way in hell that you saying that my child can't get asbestos by coming to school.
That's what
You're
they said.
lying. And guess
That's
what the
what they
parents
said.
said? Oh, my child is not coming to school. You're not supposed to send your child in humane
and them
conditions.
teachers just is crazy.
And the teachers
That's
just is
damn-
crazy. How the hell you gonna have asbestos
at the workplace.
at the workplace in a learning place, and this lady gonna get up here and say that your child is not in danger? Miss, the last time I checked, when my grandfather and everybody else family got it, people in their family got asbestosis, calling Peter T. Nichols
Mesothelioma.
and everybody else. You got it from inhaling. Stop playing on people's intelligence in Baltimore City like we don't have no
And what
kind of
do these school
education,
nurses
no
do?
foundation.
All right,
or-
so
I'm just tired.
And then we talked about the HVAC, right?
Right.
Yes.
Also the lead in the water.
The lead in the
Right,
water
okay.
and asbestos.
Okay. Well, slow
and
down.
these zeros on his math.
And
and
he
these
writes zeros.
substitutes.
Okay, so somebody else said that the school lunches aren't good.
But look, guess what though?
School lunches aren't good.
I
The
don't
school
know.
lunch was
They the
never
bomb.
good.
They was good when I was there.
They was
So
good.
You know,
but
because
you
we
didn't
had
know no
money to pay
better.
out pizza and the seasoned fries.
You know they don't do that no more.
They
don't.
They don't do that.
I asked my daughter. Well,
How old is your child?
my daughter's 13. Well, see, here's the thing.
Well,
My
see,
daughter
you got
doesn't
the
go to a
youngest
city
child.
school, so
Okay.
But yeah, she's 13. But
Okay. Well, she's young.
this I have. She
Is
did
she in the
say
city school now?
no.
Okay.
She's
All right, we're
not.
gonna cut your mic off now.
But I'm saying I have friends
you
who
still know.
kids
Definitely,
going to city
definitely.
school.
So, are school lunches good or not? Do we know?
But I don't know.
But it's lunch. It's nothing that you're supposed to rely on
Has
because
Madison,
it's
has
lunch.
Madison complained
Okay.
about the school lunch?
My daughter complained about the school all the time. I know you from
So she
Tonya
wants to-
house. You from Tonya house? I know. That's why I was like, I know you. I was over there one day.
Who is Tonya?
It's a house. What do you mean? It's her house. That's her last name. House.
Oh,
No,
Tonya.
no, that's not.
It's a joke. All right, so yeah, so there's a lot of things that need to be fixed, and we need to investigate whether just because Larry Hogan said they got the money, we need to make sure that they really had the money.
They
But
have
when they did an
the
accounting,
money.
the money was fucked up.
No.
Even before Larry Hogan
He's
came,
supposed
the money
to be
was
doing
fucked
an
up.
audit. He's supposed
Yeah.
to be doing an audit. You can
They
know,
have
you
the
can pull
money.
the shit up on a Baltimore City website or whatever, and then let you know what schools is what they doing with the money. Like Weston is guilty of miscellaneous funds.
I did see that.
Yes.
All right, so Maurice said something.
shout out to
that
Weston, 'cause I'm trying to get my daughter in there.
I want to read you what Maurice said, and it kind of goes with what you're saying, Keisha. He said that parent participation plays a huge role in how the school is run. Roland Park gets the same budget every other elementary school gets, but they are leaps and bounds over others academically. So I think that also plays into the numbers with the parents and the parents getting together and the parents knowing what to say and what to ask for and holding the individual school accountable. But what about the parents that don't know how to do that? We got to help those parents, the kids of those parents
Who
So-
don't know how to
who don't know how. Yeah, who don't know how.
Like I said earlier, I don't have an issue with it. I'm quite sure you guys don't, have an issue with it. If you don't know how to contact the right person, you can inbox me. I can help you.
Yeah.
And if I cannot help you, I can lead you in the right direction.
Well, we ready to figure something out though.
We got to come to some kind of
We gonna
conclusion
get
where
something
so
together.
and some solution how we can get things together, because obviously we can't let these people hold our children's fate in their hands.
I'm a firm believer that these parents need to go up to those schools. Like, I'm always up my daughter's school. I sit in her school. I talk to her teachers, because when they see you coming up there,
True that.
they know that you're involved.
Yeah.
They get more involved with your child because they're like, okay, let me work on you because I see your parent is up here. You need to go up to your child's school. You
Agreed.
can take off to go to the weekend. You could take off to go to
say it
this
again.
party. You could take off to go to somebody's, anything. Go to your child's
Jamaica.
school. Anything. Go to your child's school, even if it's once a month.
Jamaica.
Yeah, you can go to Jamaica.
I'm going to Jamaica and I'm going to my daughter's
But
school
you're going to
too.
go to school too.
I'm always at my daughter's
That's
school. She's
what's up.
always looking up like, oh, I didn't even see you in the door. You know what I'm saying? I talk to her counselor.
Mm-hmm.
I get her progress report printed out before progress reports get taken out.
Okay.
Before they even give out progress reports, I'm up there at the counselor. Can you print out that progress report, Miss Lady? And she's like,
Oh, you one of them.
I'm one of them.
That's not-
I
wrong
don't
with that.
play because
Not
this
wrong
is
with that.
my daughter. This is my investment. This is my future here. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like, especially if you don't work, there's no excuse for you not to go to your daughter's or your child's school.
She also
active
wanted to
in
catch
their
up on
lives.
Love and
Anything,
Hip Hop.
even if you're just sitting in a classroom, you don't have to be there all day. Even if you're just sitting in a classroom, or put that, if you have a child that's act out all the time, put that fear in their heart that my mom might pop up today. So let me get it together. You get what I'm saying?
True that.
Get that relationship with them teachers. Cause I found out my daughter was talking back. And I didn't even think she was, my daughter's not even that type of person. But when I was like, why did your grade drop to a C? She like, I don't know. So when I went up there, the teacher's like, oh, I told your daughter she had to read such and such for a homework or project, but she told me she don't feel like reading. Oh, she said what? So then I went home and I tapped on that ass, and then I went back to the, I sent her back, and then I emailed the
Seriously,
teacher.
she started reading everything.
I
Yeah,
emailed
yeah.
the teacher. I said, "How's everything going? Is she reading now?" And she was like, "Oh yes, Ariana is doing really well." Blase. That's because I went up there, and if I didn't go up there, I wouldn't
You
have
wouldn't even
known
know
when she
about
was
that.
acting up in class. You get what I'm saying?
Good
And that
point.
one visit
Good
and that
point.
one ass whooping, you get what I'm saying? It set it straight. So you need to participate. Go up to the school.
And you caught it early. You caught it early when you saw a slip.
Go
That's
up
good.
to that school. Talk
a
to
good
them
example.
counselors. Talk to them teachers. Let them know that you are here. You are involved. Even if you're not even home helping them, or because sometimes she get homework and I'm like, well, I don't remember all this. But I always go there and I try to, what's that extra credit? What y'all learn today? I even ask her when she come home, what y'all learn today? What you do to
You
school
supposed to
today? And she's
every
like,
day.
oh, we learned this and that. I'm like, oh, for real? Tell me about it.
That's good. That's a lot of parents don't.
You have to, your child
a lot of
is your
parents don't do that.
investment. Your child, you can change your child. You can turn your child around.
Right.
If they failing in school, if they doing bad, you can turn them around. Just let them know that you care a little bit. You know what I
Agreed.
mean? Just let them know.
I
It's
know
not
a lot
that
of
hard.
parents out here work 2 and 3 jobs and so forth or whatever.
Yeah.
But with that being said, you can still reach out,
Yes.
email. You can. It's a lot of things you do.
Yes.
I think listen. I think this. The Baltimore City's school system had done it their way forever, and now that you got everybody focused on them and all these other outlets and everyone is saying something about
They got
what
that
they're
pressure
doing
on
wrong.
them.
The
Yeah.
pressure is on. They are the common denominator.
Right.
I think they can learn a lot from these charter schools because, like I said before, the charter schools do amazing things. Like my daughter's school is, pretty good.
And what school is that?
She go to Althea, and it's a charter school, and it's based on health and fitness and stuff like that. That helps them. I think that
It's
they
kind of hard to get in these charter schools. I heard. You have to do like a lottery or something like that.
you can do a lottery, or you can make sure your child grades are good. Also, too, be up there. So I was up there pressing up on them
Oh,
before
okay.
application deadline. Is my daughter getting in? Go to open house when they ask for open house. Go to
Yeah.
open house. Do all that. Find out what's going on. There's a lot of things that you can do.
Them open houses do that too. That's very pertinent. I've been to City, Poly, Western, open houses because I want her to, get in one of those schools.
When
and
they see
think
you
about
there at them
something
open
like
houses, your child got a guaranteed seat there because, she's in open house. She's interested and
that.
she wants to do
And
that.
go up to the school, talk to the principal. Hi.
Yes, agree.
Because I will be up city next week
Next
to
week.
see my face, and then next month I'll.
Oh, because that's
They
when
ain't
that's
even
when
had
you
no
want her to
heat
go.
either.
That's where she want to go.
That's
They
what
ain't
she
had
wanna
no
do.
heat either.
Listen, and I'll be up there like,
What's up with
I
the
want her to
heat?
go, but where's the heat at?
Exactly.
Y'all need
City is another school.
Y'all need somebody in the cafeteria because I know how to cook. I help them. So I don't have a problem.
I think City has a mean network. Western has a mean
How you
doing?
network.
Y'all
Yeah.
Poly has a mean network.
And they ain't no city.
And you mean that in a good way.
And
of
in a
course.
good
Yeah,
way.
in a good way.
Not bad.
Not in a bad
And
way.
I think your child can really learn a lot from schools like that. That's really like pushing they pushing
Envelope.
it out there, the
Yeah, push
envelope
the
for them.
envelope.
So-
I really enjoyed this conversation. We have to do this again.
Yes.
We have to do this again because we're going to figure out how we're going to really put our foot on the
necks.
school board's neck.
Absolutely.
I'm
Yes.
kind of surprised that
And the
no one
parents,
called
though.
in.
Yeah.
All the people talking about protesting and this, that, and the
Yeah.
other, and no one called in.
Yeah, so we're going to do this. When we're going to do this again?
Ooh.
Tomorrow.
Okay. No, we can't do it tomorrow.
Next
What's happening
week.
tomorrow?
What's so special about tomorrow?
I don't know. You asked me. I just
You
Oh.
said who said tomorrow?
the quicker the better.
said
It's gonna be
tomorrow.
cold in them schools tomorrow too.
Yeah, it's gonna be cold in them schools
gonna be
tomorrow
cold.
too.
Okay, so
Yeah, so it's going down to 70
I asked my
degrees
daughter.
tonight.
She said they had the heat on, but she said the food is very cold.
She's talking about the food.
Get
So
it
the
together,
food
Hoffman
is
County.
cold.
Get it
Okay, well,
together.
that's,
Hoffman
she ain't even in the city. We ain't
Get
talking
it
about
together,
her.
Hoffman
We
County.
ain't talking about her.
No, I know Harford County got them good.
Yeah,
girl.
they good. They good. But yes, I mean we could do tomorrow.
You know what?
Or
I
we
can't
do
do
bet-
tomorrow.
but I say
sorry.
let's do next week.
Can we do next week? Because tomorrow I will be working at Cheat Day Grill and Bar.
As you should. As you should.
Women's Day. Women's
And I'm going to see
Ladies'
my
Night.
grandmother.
You gonna see
When?
your grandmother?
Yes.
Is she cooking?
When tomorrow?
Down to she's cooking.
not
Yeah,
cooking?
I'm gonna see her tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh.
But she
Hugs and
yeah,
kisses.
she's not cooking. No.
Oh wow.
Is she okay?
Yeah, she's fine. She's 91. So yeah.
She's so cute.
Yeah.
Oh,
she is.
yes.
91 years, honey.
91 years. She probably could tell you some stories about some school
She
shit
has.
back then.
She has. Yeah. Back in my day.
We walked to school,
Right.
and
She
it
will-
was
she
only
will-
5
she
seats, and the
will
rest of
say-
the class had
she
to
will
stand
say-
up.
She will say that kind of stuff. So let's do this next week,
Yes,
and we're gonna follow up. We're gonna do some more. We also take some calls.
that would be great.
And all that kind of stuff. So do you want to shout out social media? Because I always shout out social media, but you may not want people to contact you.
Okay, yes, I do want to shout out. I have 2 social medias, but I
Okay.
would like to shout
Okay.
out Sassy Cocktails. That's SASSYCOCTAILS_ Sassy Cocktails on Instagram, and KiKi Briggs. That's KiKiBriggs on Facebook.
KiKi Briggs.
KiKi Briggs is me.
Okay.
You shouting your social media out?
I'm just Keisha Bell on
Okay.
Facebook. That's
Please.
all. I just
Keisha
want
Bell.
to. Can I just give a quick shout out
Please
to
do.
like some people that helped me out today?
Please
I
do.
want to give a shout out to Nikisha, and I want to give a shout Snowden, and I want to give a shout out to Latonya Sini and Gerard. And Lawrence Tyrone Campbell. I just want to shout these people out real quick because I swear to God, they was putting the complaint number up and they was sending emails and they was voicing their opinions. And it's not saying no one else did it, but you know. Oh, and Antonio Green, I'm gonna shout him out too. But we just need people. This if you can't call, just share the complaint number on your page or anything, or call into Radio on Fire to Diamond and you know, come up with some Q&As and
Yes.
we can get back to
And
you
call that
guys.
school system, and if they don't answer, call back. And if they answered on Monday, still call them on Tuesday.
Right.
Still call them on Wednesday. Call them until something is
we really
done.
need to hold them accountable.
Call them until the chains are off the door.
Because we gotta have some kind of
Like,
foundation
Code 10, get those
and some
chains
kind
off
of
the door.
platform going on so we can get this.
For
It's not
real.
going to be nothing is going to change in one day. Of course, you know we
Of
all
course
want
not.
that.
Of
We
course
want
not.
that. This that. But it's not going to happen. But I think with everyone participating, like something can be done. Something. You know, stop letting these people think y'all undereducated too, and y'all don't know no better and y'all can't read. Because if you read that whole email, it basically said that they had facilities, but facilities didn't come in, and they was on call and all. The email just was
Yeah.
shambles. So really, pretty much, don't be fooled and don't get hoodwinked or bamboozled.
And don't forget to go up those schools. Check on your kids.
So next week from today, 7:30, we're gonna revisit this.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Amen.
No
All right.
problem.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Of course, if you miss any episodes of any Radio on Fire show, you can visit radioonfire.com to watch it on demand. Click radio shows and the name of the show that you want to see to check out any episodes that you miss. And Radio on Fire broadcasts reach over 278,000 viewers per month. You can advertise your product, service, or event on Radio on Fire by sponsoring an episode of any show. And visit radioonfire.com/promo to get started. All right, ladies.
Deuces. See you next week.
See you next week.
See y'all.